Friends, I am Dr. Surajit Ghosh. Welcome to my channel, Dr. Ghosh Presents. Tissue salt therapy, part 38, Nat.mur 4. Nat.mur for nervous symptoms. Neuralgic pains with profuse discharge of saliva and or discharge of tears. These problems with return of other pains over and over. McFosh also covers these symptoms. Numb sensation in affected parts, spine very much sore, cannot bear slight pressure, tingling sensation with numbness in small of back. The small of back actually is the this area is called small of back. This is a lumbosacral junction spine. Neural pain runs along nerves like electricity. This is along the nerves with electricity. Neural pain runs along nerves with electricity. This is something else. This is spine bone. And in the nerve, it runs with like electricity. With salivation in mouth or shedding of tears from eyes. Hysteria in winter. Hysterical spasms in muscles. Hysteria, what is hysteria actually? The too much expression of emotions or behavior with distorted gesture. Look, note these things. This is a form of hysterical behavior. Nat.mur for skin symptoms. Adapted to diseases where skin is too dry or there is watery discharge from skin or skin as if covered with grease or oil, especially places covered with hair. Eczema with white fibers, eczema of the eyebrows, behind ears, forehead, edge, hair of scalp, bony joints use externally too. That is, along with internal medicine, you can use Nat.mur externally as a lotion or ointment over the affected area. Discharge less gluey but more watery. Vesicles full with waters. Excoriation or ringworm in groins or herpes in folds of knee. Herpes with any other disease. Herpes with any other disease. Chronic hives. Intertrigo. Soreness of skin of the babies. White scales. Cheap remedy, calisalve. Bites or stings of insect use externally as soon as possible. That is, in case of bites or sting of insect, you give this medicine internally and also use it externally. The pain will be instantly vanished. Please mind that skin affections of Nat.mur are generally pus-free. Now there are various forms of skin affection, also eczema, herpes, intertrigo, ringworm, intertrigo, another double. Nat.mur for tissue symptoms. Anasarca or edema, accumulation of water in different tissues of whole body. Blood is too thin, subjects are anemic and chlorotic. Nat.mur is the chief remedy of anemia with calcarea phos, CP. Anemia due to taking of excess crude salt with food. Chronic swelling of lymph glands, Graves' disease. This is Graves' disease. Actually hyperthyroidism. Addison's disease, adrenal insufficiency. Bright's disease, glomerulonephritis. Bezo's disease, autoimmune thyroid disease. All subjects require Nat.mur in high potency. Please don't be afraid of the names of the disease. I have written it because you may wonder that whether this serious disease can be cured with simple Nat.mur. Yes, Nat.mur cures all this disease, but mind this, to cure a deep-seated disease, you must use it in a high potency, 10 m, 50 m, cm, even mm. Please don't be afraid of the names of the disease. I just ask you to make keep confidence on the medicine. Keep confidence on the medicine and they will give you the result. Gluey, foamy, salivary, bubbly, moist or map tongue. This is characteristic of tongue. Tongue characteristic, moist tongue or map tongue. Discharge of water from mouth, hypochondriacal, lacrimal mood, outburst of anger, emotions are the key notes of these patients. Nat.mur for febrile conditions. According to modern medicine, there are 5 types of fever, namely intermittent fever, remittent fever, hectic fever, continuous fever, and relapsing fever. In each of the type above, Nat.mur is efficacious if there loss of sense, delirium, drowsiness, spasms of limb, or fever occurs due to residing in wet, damp region, with chief remedy natrum salt. Or fever may appear at about 10-11 a.m. in the morning, rains high during whole noon with headache, intense thirst, scanty sweat, severe weakness, fever blisters on the lips. It is also affected in fever with severe night sweat. Life case: Mrs. Konoplata Singh, aged 36 years. When she entered my chamber, at first sight I guessed she had been suffering from some odd malady. She looked overweight, thick layer of fat was on her neck, weariness of whole body was falling off her face. I asked, "Yes, ma'am, how are you?" The lady just handed over a doctor's prescription to me. It was a prescription of an endocrinologist of modern medicine. On the left corner, it was written in small type, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. About 2 years old prescription. Accompanying boy of 15 to 16, possibly his son, said, "Ma cannot remember anything, does not like to take medicine of doctor anymore." In fact, it is an autoimmune disease. It is means Hashimoto's thyroiditis, autoimmune disease. There is no cure with modern medicine. Patients suffer from hyperthyroidism in the first phase, and in the second phase, they suffer from hypothyroidism. A single disease, but both form of thyroid troubles are there. Mrs. Sen was then in second phase, that is, he was suffering from hypothyroidism. In this phase, there is loss of memory and other troubles. According to modern medicine, they were to get artificial T4 throughout their life. That is, this is the treatment policy of modern medicine. They give artificial tetrahydrothyroid throughout their life. Prescription showed the same. From her past history, it was collected that she had been attacked with malaria. Thereafter, this problem started. That is just previous to this Hashimoto's thyroiditis attack. He had an attack of malaria. Thereafter, the disease developed. It was further collected. She had not been taking an iota of salt for last 7 years. For last 7 years, she had not been taking a single grain of salt. I prescribed immediately Nat.mur to a 30x, one dose for every 4 days. That is, if 4 days alternately, he is to get Nat.mur 30x. And after 5 months, continuous this medicine has been given. After 5 months, she had been now taking the medicine, same medicine once a week. Meanwhile, she lost about 5 kg weight. The sodden look of her face was gone. Memory regained considerably. That is, he is going back towards his normal life of lost days. This is the beauty of tissue salt or homeopathy, where there is no treatment in modern medicine. You can treat with this medicine because this medicine is a potentized medicine, has got very little side effect, but very intense, deep acting, chronic effect. You have to just read, get confidence, know your medicines and use it. I'm sure everyone will win if it follows this principle. You have to keep trust on your medicines that yes, it can do, and you have to read, Know your medicine deeply, thoroughly. With this, the video ends here. Thanks for listening and viewing. If you face any difficulty, please write down in the comment section. I will certainly reply.